Welcome to another episode of The More You Know. Sorry for the late episode last week. There's some stuff that came up. You guys can expect another episode on Tuesday. Me and my friend Jack from Pardon My Tech, we're going to cover the Apple keynote and fill you guys in on everything that Apple announced. But today's guest, we are welcoming back Connor Nolan, and it's been a while since I've talked to him, honestly, outside of the podcast. So Connor, what's been new?
Dude, so much, brother. So much has been going on. Not enough to fill into this podcast we got, but I can narrow it down to some key points. But answer your question, man, a lot's been going on.
Yeah, dude, I know that times are changing now, and for me, ever since we got off that podcast last time together, I made it a goal for me to start meditating and doing yoga for like at least 30 days. And ever since you showed me the 30 days of yoga, that completely changed my life. But I recently just fell into like a rut of not doing meditation and yoga. And to be honest, I've noticed a big difference. Have you ever gone through ruts like this, and how did you recover?
Honestly, well, the way me and you were doing it was a little different because we were doing it consecutively. I feel most people don't do it every single day, or maybe most people like me and you that incorporate weight training into our routines, they'll usually do it on their rest days. But we were doing that every single day. So we got a little burnt out, at least I did. My body was literally telling me kind of like, fuck you, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing yoga right now? And we think it's our saboteur sometimes, which it is. But after I listened to my body, dude, I slept for like 11 hours after.
That's
My
crazy.
body needed the sleep. So I guess I don't have the one word answer that everyone's probably looking for, but everybody who is tapped into their own intuition can discern that for themselves on what they have to do. Like for me, I listened to my body and I was rewarded. Felt great after. Granted, I didn't do yoga for about a month after that, which could have been because of a burnout of some sort. How I got back into it, basically, I'm not doing it every day, but I do it about 3 times per week now, which has been working extremely well for me. Once in the beginning of the week, once in the middle, and once in the end, on top of my other practices that I do. Yeah, you just gotta find what works for you, which is very cliche in generally speaking, but that's the truth. You have to listen to your body because your body has its own wisdom. The body is not the mind, and the mind is not the body. They have 2 different intelligences, and your body will tell you different things that your mind will not tell you. Your intuition, it doesn't come from the mind, it comes from your body. Intuition is a gut feeling that you get. But yeah, that's basically my answer for your question.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because I definitely think that I was getting burnt out too. Because there were nights where even if it's like a short video, I would still just be dreading it. And once I did that one yoga practice where I wasn't feeling it or I wasn't really into the poses, into the video, that's when I knew something was really wrong. And for me, that kind of drove me to like taking a little break from yoga. But unfortunately, that break extended a longer period of time. I still have to get back into it myself. So I'm trying to find the perfect schedule for me.
You have great self-awareness though, Brian, because you knew what kind of your weak spots were. You're like, all right, I should be doing this, and I made this decision because of that. So that's good. And the best part about it is that you know what you have to do now. You know what steps you have to take, and whether you do it now or in a week or in a month, you got your blueprint down. All you have to do is execute on it.
Yeah. And sometimes for me, that's been hard because for me, I haven't been getting much sleep lately because like I just get caught up in stuff at night. And the next thing I know is like 2 a.m. or so, and then I have to wake up at 7. But now I'm starting,
my friend.
Yeah, for sure. I'm starting to look at my schedule and change it about that. But honestly, for me, I've been trying to go more like a healthier route in terms of like the stuff that I consume. Like recently I made the change from the whey protein from like Optimum and like all of the muscle the muscle branded proteins to more organic proteins. And I gotta admit, there is a slight difference I've noticed. It's a bit more like powdery. Have you
Yeah,
do you
chalky.
Yeah, yeah, really chalky. And I know that you've
Yeah, some of them are really bad.
yeah, that Orgain that you told me about, I got that and it's really chalky. Any tips on how to
Did you get the vanilla one?
yeah,
Did you get the and how did you like it?
it's not bad. It's not bad. The only drawback is
So
the
that's it wasn't
chalkiness.
good then. Yeah, yeah, it is chalky, man. You have to it depends on what you're using with it too. Are you using it with milk?
Yes.
That's why I mix it with water. I should have specified. Using
Uh
water will completely night and day difference change that consistency. I don't use milk because obviously, I went recently went vegan. I
yeah.
never used milk in my protein shakes because as humans, we're not baby fucking calves. We don't need milk for anything.
Mm.
Milk is actually detrimental to our bones as well, contrary to popular belief. But yeah, dude, use anybody listening, when you use protein powder, it is much beneficial to use it with water because it reduces your bloating, it absorbs better, and it's just better for you. Purified water, to be exact. Tap water is loaded with medicinals and fluoride, and it's no bueno.
Yeah, truth be told, mixing it with water, like if you use chocolate protein, it tastes like just hot chocolate.
Yeah,
And
for real, it
yeah,
does.
in my
And you
eyes.
could add more to it as well. You could add more to the protein instead of it getting too thick when you gotta like choke it down. You can actually add other ingredients to make it a better shake, but also not make it too much that it's sitting heavy in your stomach after a
Mhm.
workout or even pre-workout.
In addition to that, I've been recently told about this drink called elderberry syrup. Have you gotten the chance
hmm
to look into it or try it out for yourself?
So I haven't tried it out yet, but it is actually I have a tab open online to buy the organic elderberry syrup. Now, what I know about elderberry syrup is that it increases the strength of your immune system, and I heard you actually get kind of high from drinking it, so I definitely want to
What?
give that a try. But
Really?
yeah, well, it's more of a natural high, and
Uh,
it's obviously it's legal, but elderberry syrup is I believe high in antioxidants and specific vitamins. To be honest, I don't know too much about it, but I've been wanting to try it because I recently had a terrible cold about a week ago. I was going through some downloads spiritually, usually when I get sick because I'm going through a little ascension process, and I would have loved some of that elderberry syrup. I've heard it works wonders, especially with issues with the immune system, sicknesses and diseases and whatnot. So I don't know a whole lot, so I can't really shed light. I don't want to misinform anybody.
yeah, I actually found some on Etsy the other day and I ordered some. Hopefully it'll be here sometime this
Oh,
week.
you did? Nice.
Yeah, because I've heard that because my friend Taylor, she mentioned that if you mix elderberry syrup with like carbonated water, it's kind of like a nice little healthy purple soda. So we should see
Sounds actually really good.
if that stands correct or not. Have you been looking into different types of like healthy supplements? Because for me, I'm trying to implement some in my life. I've been thinking about taking more vitamin D's, and I know that you mentioned to me before this call cacao powder.
Yes, sir. Cacao powder.
What does it do? Because I know that when I told you that I was looking for like a different type of pre-workout other than supplements, you recommended adding cacao powder to whatever my pre-workout meal is or pre-workout drink.
Yeah, so for a pre-workout, the pre-workouts that are sold commercially are absolutely horrible for you. They're not good. Nobody needs 300 milligrams of caffeine in one time, and all the fillers that are in it are synthetic and it's toxic to the body actually. But nature always provides what we need, Brian. It always provides us with energy. Anything from Gaia, Mother Earth, is meant for our body. I mean, for the most part, besides toxic substances. But cacao powder in itself is considered a superfood, and it is considered to the ancient Aztecs as the food of the gods. And it was actually used as a currency back in ancient times, they used to trade cacao for like I said, they used it as a currency, so it was extremely favorable to them, and it was used, the warriors used it to increase their stamina, their strength. But cacao powder itself has extremely high amounts of antioxidants, vitamin C, and in some instances I think it actually increases our testosterone, which is obviously beneficial to us as men.
It's a
But cacao
testosterone
powder,
booster, huh?
I believe so. Don't quote me on that. I was looking at some statistics actually today about that. Me and Mitchell were actually talking about that because I just got him to buy some. Funny enough, but I take cacao twice a day, every single day, damn near. I love it.
One
I love how
teaspoon?
I feel on it. No, actually, 1 teaspoon is a really small serving size.
Because
I
that's
would the bet. Go ahead.
because that's what the bag says on the back, but I haven't looked up the optimal dosage for the best results.
I mean, kind of play it by ear. Obviously, you weigh more than I do. The serving size is going to vary depending on your resistance to, not really your resistance, but your tolerance to it. And the bag that I had before said 2 tablespoons, and this one says a teaspoon. I'm not sure if that is because it is cold pressed, which it is, but I take around 2 to 3 tablespoons at a time.
Two
And
to
I will
three.
drink that with raw honey. And this isn't the golden honey. I'm talking about raw honey comes in it's real raw honey when it's white. It's not golden. Golden means it was processed with some GMOs or fillers. Real honey is white for the most part,
Like
obviously depending on where you're getting it from, but
like legit white, like paper white.
not so it's okay, it's a little golden, but it's very light in color. The crystallization on it is white, but I will mix it with raw honey and I use some other superfoods as well
Like what?
with it. So I'm really, really big on this company. It's called Interstellar Blends. I've never tried anything so incredible in my whole life like these guys' products. I feel like a superhuman, honestly. I got their product called Nebula, and there's like 30 ingredients in there. I shit you not. And comes in a little scooper. Now a bag's gonna run you around $100 to $300, but
Good
there's
lord.
300 servings per bag, and it's extremely potent. And I bought
Hmm.
the Nebula version of it. It is they call it rocket fuel, anxiety decimator, raw presence, pure power, and it delivers all of those things. I take that on and off. I'll do like a week on and a week off, but I consume that with it. I used Shilajit resin, which is this goo, this substance that's extracted from millions and millions of years of like a fermentation process in the mountains of the Himalayas. It turns into this resin or a powder, and it basically does almost the same thing. Shilajit is one of the ingredients that are in that blend, that nebula. And I take it by itself as well in a resin form. I add that in that blend, and
Hmm.
it detoxifies the pineal gland, which the raw cacao does as well. From the fluoridation of the water we drank, it calcifies our pineal gland, and our pineal gland is the seat to the soul. It is how we contact other interdimensional beings. That's how we get our intuition, our insight from source. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but the pineal gland is extremely important. These things help decalcify it. But the Shilajit, dude, and it's an aphrodisiac as well. So buyer beware. It might be a little intense, which it was at first. I took a little too much and a little overstimulating, which was good though. I work with that energy anyway, so I just circulated it. But yeah, I'll add the Shilajit, and I also add maca root, which is another libido increase. Maca root is an incredible superfood. Increases your stamina, your strength, your vigor, and for men, our testosterone. So these are all incredible ingredients, but they're strong. So do your research if you want to consult your doctor, but I use these to help me throughout my day, especially as being a man. These definitely help if you have any kind of erectile dysfunction issues, any kind of issues with blood flow, anxiety, stamina, shortness of breath, and natural energy. You will not need to consume coffee while drinking these. You could add them to coffee, but I don't recommend it. We don't need coffee that much as humans.
But it's good
Coffee
though.
it is good, but it's not very healthy and it's extremely acidic. Being in an acidic state is where you are prone to getting sick and diseases thrive.
Dude, I've definitely
I
heard
for
this before. This,
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but this reminds me of a talk that I had
you're
with
good.
someone in the sauna. Dude, he would be talking about how he only drink his alkalized
Alkalized
water.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
yeah, dude, it's big, big.
have you
Alkalized water is huge
like why though?
because when you drink alkalized water, Brian, it is on the positive side of the pH scale. So I believe once it passes 7, it becomes acidic. So 0 to 7 is more alkaline, and then past that is acidic. And when we drink alkalized water, it alkalizes the body. Our nutrients are more absorbed, our blood flow is better, and it makes us more susceptible to receiving downloads and information. When we eat food, when we eat living foods or drink healthy water, water has a consciousness, plants have a consciousness. So all of this information that they gain, the sun also has consciousness. It gives them they communicate. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but drinking alkalized water, the body is more open to absorb these codes, which increases your wisdom and just makes you feel great. Honestly, I don't drink alkalized water per se. I have a water purifier at my condo.
Mhm.
Now I know Kangen water is very popular. I haven't bought a machine yet. I know they run
Wait,
about $4,000.
wait, what is it called? Kangen?
It's called the Kangen, like kangaroo Kangen. It's Kangen, Kangen water, and it alkalizes the water for you. And I know these machines run about $4,000, which isn't too bad for what it does. It's definitely a incredible investment. $4,000 is not too bad to invest in your health and something that'll last probably your whole life. But I know that's a a very popular machine that is used to create a higher alkalized water.
Very
Now, since
interesting.
we're on the topic of water, though, I want to talk about the importance of what you do around your water. Like I said, water has a consciousness. There was a doctor named, I think his name was Masaru Emoto, and obviously a doctor, and he performed this experiment on water, and he put this water in these glass jars, and he spoke to the water for a certain period of time, and some of the water he said, "I hate you, you're stupid, I don't like you." Then other waters, he said, "Yeah, I love you. You are beautiful." And he looked at them after a certain period of time. I believe it was a week or two. And under a microscope, like a dick to, the water got dirty. The molecules were scattered all over the place. And the jar turned brown, actually. And the
Oh my
water he
god.
spoke nicely and lovingly to, perfect geometric patterns, geometric structures. And the water was clear. Like
Hmm.
water listens. Water listens to what you're saying and what you say to it.
Say to it
So
or say around it.
both. It's always listening. It's just like your subconscious mind. It's always listening. But back to the coffee though. Coffee is acidic, and so I try to limit it. I mean, I can't drink it now because of my ayahuasca journey coming up. I can't have caffeine, which is a bit unfortunate. I enjoy caffeine, but
How was the
which has
first
made
couple
me
weeks without?
I'm a very disciplined person when it comes to knowing my limits on things. So I was already cutting off coffee to begin with, and it just so happened to be that we couldn't consume it after because I was starting to drink it too much. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut it off. I bought a French press, dude, so I was going to town with that shit, grinding my own beans and everything. And it's that coffee almost overpowering. But I was getting headaches. I was getting mild withdrawals. They weren't too bad.
Only like a
I
week or
did
so.
receive some withdrawals.
Yeah.
I've still been craving it a little bit, but I drink my cacao. I have my superfoods, and it doesn't give you that high. Coffee gives you a high, and it's like a fake energy almost.
Fake
And
energy.
that's why you get a crash from coffee too. You don't get a crash from superfoods. These are living foods. Your body loves these foods. It reacts well with your body. Coffee is more foreign sometimes, even though it's a natural substance. It's still considered a drug. Caffeine is still a drug,
Well,
even though caffeine can be extracted naturally.
with cacao powder, can you build a tolerance to it like you can coffee then?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even in myself, I I cut myself off from drinking cacao for about a week or two. There was actually a point where I ran out and just didn't buy any for around 3 months. And when I first started taking it again, dude, my energy was through the roof. I felt phenomenal. I've been getting a lot of other people on it too because everyone bitches about being tired, but if I tell you something weird to take, you're not gonna take it. Like people
Yeah,
that
you gotta
drink
keep
coffee all the time, and
you
they're
gotta
like,
keep an
"Oh
open mind
man,
to it.
fuck, I'm so sick of drinking coffee." I'm like, "Oh, dude, you ever try cacao?" Like, "No, I don't drink that weird shit." All right, cool.
I
I keep
mean,
complaining.
cacao powder is not that out of the world, I feel like, because cacao powder is basically chocolate.
It is in its rawest form before it is processed
Like, yeah,
in
it's really
different
bitter,
ways.
but it's not like a foreign
Well,
substance
there's
like
different
people
things
put
you
it.
can put in it, dude. You can put some honey in it. You can add whatever you want to it. You could actually add it to coffee, cacao coffee, which is delicious.
I can imagine that because with just
Yeah.
black coffee and cacao, like one is like coffee's already bitter as it is.
Yeah, yeah. But
Like
imagine
I
a
can
little
imagine.
chocolatey note to it, a little chocolatey
Yeah.
note to it after your bitterness. And then if you add a little bit of something sweet in it, not processed sugar, that's garbage. Add some honey, or what I like to use is some natural organic monk fruit extract,
Oh my
which is a
god,
fruit, yeah, a
I've
fruit
been
extracted
trying
from
to
Asia.
learn more about monk fruit because I was reading more and I actually wrote something about monk fruit, but I haven't myself tasted it. I have just read stuff about it. Where can you get monk fruit? What is it and are there any health benefits as opposed to like honey and all of the other sweeteners out there?
I used to know the health benefits, Brian. I can't really tell you them right now. I know it's a healthy sugar substitute. It's actually sweeter than sugar. It's healthier than sucralose, stevia, erythritol. Stevia is really not that good for you. But monk fruit, it does taste kind of like a fake sugar, but it's not bad for you. It is I know it's hard to grow, but it's cheap to buy. I purchased mine on Amazon. I'll actually since we're on the podcast, I have my monk fruit right here actually. I will give you guys the name. It is by Namana. It's Namanna monk fruit, pure powdered sweetener. Got 555 servings.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely worth it. Now just add a little pinch. I'm like Salt Bay with it. You know, you gotta do it fancy.
That is very interesting. I think this week I will give cacao powder a try, replacing my coffee with cacao powder.
Yeah, give it a try, brother. I think
What
you'll love it, to be honest.
what is a good recipe for mornings if you were to do this? Would you like it hot or would you like it cold?
Oh, hot for sure.
Hot. Okay.
I used to just down it, down the hatch with a spoon and just wash it down with water.
Oh God.
But now I've been getting a little more fancy with it because I really enjoy the taste of the just raw chocolate. It tastes like dark chocolate in a way, and I love dark chocolate, so
Yeah, I know that
definitely
a lot
use
of
it with
people
hot water.
don't like dark chocolate because it's so bitter. What's a way that you can make like a nice sweet form of it
Well, kind of like
with everyday ingredients? Because right
everyday
now,
ingredients. Yeah, yeah.
because like for me, I don't have or like organic honey right now. I'm in the
Right,
process
which is
of
okay. You could use honey.
yeah, I'm in the process of like looking into new products,
Hmm.
but yeah, but if this can replace coffee and give me more energy, then I'm definitely intrigued in it and I'm definitely going to try it. So, hot water, cacao powder, some honey.
And I mean, honestly, you don't have to get like you don't have to buy what I buy. That's just what I do after I didn't always do that,
Hmm.
but with the everyday routine, you could add a honey, you could add cane sugar, just not processed white sugar because
Yeah, I'm trying to
that's
sway
that's
away
like
from that.
poison, dude. That's garbage. But yeah, cane sugar is good. Cane sugar, there's nothing wrong with cane sugar. I would recommend a almond milk. There's this brand called, I believe it's Cafina, and they sell it at every major store. And their almond based creamer is honestly incredible, and it's cheap too. You can add a
Almond
splash of
based
that.
creamer.
Almond milk.
That's
It's
interesting.
extremely good. And it's actually got this coconut milk in there, like coconut creamer. And it
I'm not a
doesn't
big fan
taste
of
like
coconut.
coconut. It doesn't taste like it,
Oh,
but it adds a really creamy, thick consistency to it. So I like adding that as well. Now that's a pretty common ingredient. I know a lot of people that use that creamer. I wouldn't recommend coffee mate because there's high fructose corn syrup and all that jazz.
But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I'm hype. I'm hyped to try this because coffee for me, I feel like I've built a big tolerance to coffee lately. So my morning cup doesn't do much for me.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me like that little kickstart that I need for the day, but it doesn't give me like awareness type of energy. So
Right.
I'm hoping that
Well,
this cacao powder can help
definitely.
out.
Yeah, it will. But if you're looking for more awareness, I would highly recommend an organic matcha tea powder.
Oh my god,
Matcha.
this is
Oh
crazy because
man,
I was watching a YouTube video of this finance guy
synchronicity.
and this guy switched from coffee to matcha, and then I was like, "Why matcha?" I feel like matcha is such an
Dude,
old thing because I remember
matcha.
drinking matcha in college, and that was like a couple years ago. But now it's like making its way back.
Matcha, yeah, matcha's it's coming back with a vengeance, brother. Matcha is, to put it in comparison with cacao, it shits on cacao. They have different health benefits, but when it comes to focus and energy wise, cacao blows it out of the water. You want to get some organic Japanese cacao. The less you can read on the container, the better. Probably the more Mandarin you see on there, the
The more
better.
authentic it is.
Yeah, exactly. And what I found with it is that it gives you a clean focus, huge bursts of energy with no jitters and no crash.
Hmm.
So basically coffee times 3 with none of the side effects.
So if you mix
Only
matcha with
only downside, which is a big one, is the taste is horrible. Depending on the brand you get, I was getting the one from Foods for a while, which is a superfood brand, which very popular at Vitamin Shop. Tasted horrible, but it was well worth it every time to drink it and just choke it down. I do not recommend doing that one dry. It's like the cinnamon challenge, dude. It'll get stuck in your gums and
okay.
it's a bad time.
So
So definitely wanna make tea with it.
I suppose that you can't mix the cacao and the matcha and expect to have a good tasting drink.
I wouldn't advise it. I've actually I almost tried it one time, but I didn't want to put myself through that. Putting
Gotcha.
yourself through the matcha is enough. Depending on what you get, there's different drinks you can look up online, like cold brews you can make. I like drinking mine with hot water. I like making matcha tea. Matcha tea is pretty good.
Does it help
But
with
matchas are
digestion at
great.
all?
I believe so, and I know you get a lot of chlorophyll from it because that's actually what matcha is. The leaves need specific light and dark cycles for the chlorophyll to completely develop in the
Hmm.
plant. I believe it does help with your digestion. To be honest, I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I'll probably have to look into that because for me, I like to drink tea sometimes, like after I have like a really rough meal to help with digestion. So if
Mm-hmm.
matcha can help with that would be very convenient because I can stop buying these lemon ginger tea bags then.
Oh, dude, lemon ginger's the shit though.
Well, it is really good, but dang, I have to try matcha since it's making its comeback now because
Yeah, matcha's cheap too.
yeah, probably
A bag will
visit.
last you a long time, real long time. Depending on the bag size, obviously. But I was just at Kroger and I bought their matcha tea. Comes in a little golden can, and you can read maybe 5 words on that damn can. But I know it's good. That's how you know. It's like $20. I haven't tried it yet, obviously, because I can't. But I just bought it because I haven't seen it anywhere in a while, and figured I'd get it while I can.
I feel you.
But yeah, matcha, brother. Matcha's good for energy. The shilajit. Goji berries is another good one. Goji berries are cheap. You buy them on
Goji
Amazon for real
berries,
cheap. Goji berries are another big one for the pineal gland.
dude. I feel
Very
like
high in vitamin C and
these health
antioxidants.
things.
Well, dude, these are all common superfoods. If you look up any superfoods, you're gonna find these in the list.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't heard goji berries in a long time. Like I've heard of them a while back, and like that was like a health fad at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just kind of fell off.
Right.
But now it's
Which
making
is
its
common.
comeback.
Yeah, goji berries are another good one. You can make goji tea with it. Throw them in a cup, and you add some hot water, some hot purified water. Let it steep for about 10 minutes, and another one I want to name that's really important, especially for people with blood flow problems, and this is incredible for people that are athletes as well, is beetroot powder.
Beetroot. Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a lot of
Yeah.
supplements, I feel like.
Yep. Yep. Lots of pre-workouts. It increases the nitric oxide production in the body, and it also detoxifies your pineal as well. So, win-win right there. It also helps with erectile dysfunction and blood flow problems. Helps with
Huh.
your stamina, increases your energy. Yeah, dude. Beets, and it tastes great. They taste really good, and they're just
Interesting.
naturally sweet. Beets by themselves are naturally sweet, so you really don't need an additive. But what I like to do is I like to mix that with my cacao powder, my cacao drink as well. Sometimes it doesn't taste the greatest, but I feel like Superman after taking it, so I like it.
Where can our viewers find you? Have you started your? I know that last time that we talked, you were doing a life coaching.
Yes, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram. I am currently in the works of planning a website right now. It's not up yet, but it's definitely in the works. You can find me on Instagram, and my name is Connor Nolan. That's ConnerNolan, or my tag is conscious with 3 S's, and I specify in trauma, shadow work, manifestation, alchemy, and magic. Lots
Very
of
nice.
energy work. So you guys can follow me there. And I would be love to be of service to anybody that would like help in any of those specific areas.
Sweet. Thanks, Connor. Thanks so much for
Well,
coming
thanks
on
for
the
having me, brother.
podcast on such short notice today. Appreciate it so much, sir.
Yeah, dude, no problem, brother.
All right, man.
Talking to you is always a pleasure, my friend.
For sure, for sure. Until next time, sir.